we're extremely happy and remain super excited about the partnership with Flipkart. We've learned so much together over the last few weeks, over the last month and a half or so. We've been practicing this weekly flash sales model from the very beginning in many other markets. However, it is different in every new market that we go into. And here in India, we made changes to it, and Flipkart obviously learned a lot through it as well. And together, we've perfected this model, right? And we'll continue to evolve it. We actually have some cool new ideas of how to make the model even more interesting and more efficient for people. For people who want to buy our products. So the partnership with them has been amazing. It is as we predicted, right? Flipkart is a technology company, first and foremost. That's why we're working with them, right? Because we see eye to eye on things. We've both built e-commerce platforms. We both understand what it means to sell products online, to do social media marketing and so on and so forth. So we're very, very similar in that sense. So I think it's not a surprise that we're getting along really well. I have a lot of learnings. I think it's hard to boil them down to four, but I can try. I think first and foremost, the Indian consumer is probably the most demanding consumer I've ever encountered in my career because they know what they want. They are incredibly vocal, and they're not afraid to complain when they think something isn't right. So that's an amazing thing because it raises our bar, right? And it raises our bar globally because we'll be pushed to do an even better job at building products which the world will get to benefit from. So that's the first thing, and it's kind of a generic conclusion. A more specific conclusion is around accessories, for example, right? So we learned that accessories matter as much as the device itself here in India, and that they have to be available for sale at the same time. So for example, with Redmi 1S launching this week, we're making accessories available on the same time. So you can purchase your device, and you can also add to the cart, for example, a protective case for that device, which a lot of people consider very, very important. So that's really key. Number three, and it's a similar conclusion, there are certain things that we traditionally have considered to be accessories and that have been sold separately, which we've decided, based on the feedback that we received from our fans here in India, are actually a core part of the package, if you will. So for example, Redmi 1S is shipping with an included free screen protector, actually two, in a little package. And it's also shipping with two free SIM card adapters, right? Because people really want to be able to use their phone out of the box, and if they happen to have a micro SIM card and Redmi 1S uses a mini SIM card slot, then they can immediately just use a SIM card adapter that's been tested, by the way, which we think is the best one available out there, and they can immediately start using their device, right? So no hassle necessary. You don't need to buy anything else. If all you need is, if all you get is what comes in the box. You have your screen protector, you have a SIM card adapter, and that's there. So that's something else that we've learned. And then fourth, going back, to 30,000 feet, we've learned that the power of word of mouth here in India is absolutely second to none. We only have about 50,000 followers on Facebook, which is actually pretty healthy sort of followership, considering how much time we've been around. It started in June. But it's nothing compared to how many followers, how many likes, players that have been around for years have. It's in the millions. And yet, with only 50,000 likes on Facebook, we seem to have generated demand that is perhaps what a brand that has 5 million followers on Facebook would have, right? How does that happen? Of course, it's through word of mouth. Of course, the tech blog sphere has been incredibly kind to us, and we've been sort of in the news every day. But really, it's word of mouth, right? It's people telling their friends about this new device that they just heard about, or showing the new device that they got to their friends, and then their friends get interested in it and tell their other friends, and so on and so forth. So word of mouth here in India is amazing, which is both really good because if you're doing a good job, if you're building good products and selling products at good prices, the word will go around. But it's also bad in the sense that if you stumble, if you make a mistake, right, you'll pay a very, very high price for that, right? So again, it raises the bar of what we have to do here in India. To me, as a product guy, that's amazing. And I can't wait to launch more products and get more feedback. So we're looking to build a pretty significant presence here in India. We want to build an Indian brand. So Me will be an Indian brand here in India. And there's a lot that we're doing. So first of all, we will have a significant presence here in Bangalore. We're already looking for a space for our first office, and it'll be a large office, not only for for the basic operations, everything from logistics to social media marketing and so on and so forth, but also we want to have a substantial software engineering presence here, because we want to start really building products that are very, very well catered to the use cases here in India, which are very unique from the rest of the world. We also think that India is a really good place to have a global R&D center. So we will complement our R&D capabilities in China with R&D capabilities here in India, and also use an R&D team here to build products that are catered to other markets that we're yet to enter. So that's certainly one of our goals. In addition to that, we're going to have our customer support center in our office. It's very important for our customer service agents to have access to engineers, right? So they can quickly answer questions, they can get trained, they can learn about new products. That feedback loop is very, very important. We aim to build the best customer service experience anyone has seen sort of in this industry here in India, which is a very tall challenge, I realize, but we're still signing up for it. We're also going to have a social space in our office. We're going to have a place for tech talks, for user get-togethers. We're already doing get-togethers every week or so. We go to restaurants, we go to hotels. We want to have that in our office. A room with games, with lots of space where we can have food and so on and so forth. We also want to have a me center or a me home, as we call them, in our office, right? Which is basically the ultimate experience for someone who wants to play with our products, to see what they're like, and also if they have an issue that requires a repair, it's there for them. So all of that is stuff that we're working on. We're also working on some fun things. For example, we're going to be running some competitions for themes. MIUI, our operating system, has this amazing framework for themes, which you can download a theme from the theme store, and it completely reskins your device. Everything is different. The wallpaper, the icons, the basic system UI elements. So we will be building very Indian-specific themes with the design community here in India. We're also going to be building Indian Me Bunnies, which is our mascot, right? Me Bunny is our mascot, and we're going to be dressing up Me Bunny in very typical Indian outfits. We're actually working with some of students from some of the very most famous fashion design schools here in India, because we want to work with young people who can really help us, and obviously they'll go into production and it'll take a few months, but that's something that we're aiming to do as well, right? And so much more. We have a lot of cool ideas on things that we can do here in India, not only to build an Indian brand, but also to do things that no one else in this industry has done today.